In this example, here's the file that we opened up in Notepad, and notice that this is just the I'm just opening up the raw wildfire HTML file. Now I also have the daisy image. So what this exercise asks you to do is to place the image prior to all of this text, and what we're going to end up doing is wrapping the text around the image using the float command. So we're going to start off right after this opening P tag. We're going to start off by typing the image tag, and then I'm going to tell it where the file is located. Now when we're talking about files, again, remember that we have relative and absolute paths. We're going to indicate a relative path, and I'm not going to indicate any directory, so you simply type the file name and the extension, and that's basically all you really need for the image source, and we can just close the command at that point. What the project asks you to do is to actually add some attributes to this image, meaning the width, the height, and give it an alt tag for text if the browser doesn't support images. And it's also going to ask you to type a couple of CSS inline styles to float left so that the text wraps around the image. So for when you're adding images, simply put, this is all you really need for the image itself. Very, very basic form. It's not good practice, but that's all you really need. In fact, if we were to save this file right now, I just want to show you what that looks like in the browser. And I'm going to open it up in Firefox. So we just simply inserted the image, and here's the text. Now if we notice that that's the image, okay, it's in the same directory as the page file. Here's the page file, here's the image. That's a relative path to the page file. They're both in the same directory. If I were to put this image into a separate directory, I could specify the image by typing the directory name and then slash, and then that would be in a separate directory. But right now it's in the same directory. Now the project asks us to go along, and I'm just going to copy the attributes here from what we're asking to do. I'm just going to paste that in there. I'm going to go step by step what this all means. Basically, it gives us the width of the image is 140 and the height of 170 pixels. The alt tag is daisy images. The border is 0. I don't want to have a border around it. Title is wild daisies, and that's when you hover over the image, it's going to come up with the title. And then here's the inline style that we're talking about. We're going to float left, meaning the image is going to be left, and the text is going to be left against the image. It's a margin right of 20 pixels. So when we have the image indicated here, there's going to be a little space between the image and the text. Now let's save this quickly, and I'm going to show you what this looks like in a browser. So that was our original one. This is what we just did. Now notice that there's a margin here. That's the margin that we indicated, 20 pixels. And we have the float left, which means the text is floating left against the image. Now if I were to resize this browser, look what happens. Notice that it gives us 20 pixels on the bottom too, because we indicated that it was floating left, and that's just where the image, that's the next text line, so it actually works out pretty well. So that's how we get the image to the text to wrap around an image, and basically that's what the project asks you for. Now the next step is to add a background color, and again we can go further along here and put background color. We can have a graphic or just a straight color, and I'll leave that up to you, but that's along with that's in with the style, inline text style.